Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we are so excited to have you again. Yesterday, I brought you a news about the bombshell that APC released, which went an extra mile to indict the person of obaigbena, that's Nduka Obaigbena, who is the chairman stroke editor-in-chief of This Day stroke Arise News Media Group. A lot of people, there was a lot of talks. If you have not listened, please just go try and listen to the end and get to hear what APC said about him, talking about Ananuga. Everything about Nduka's business was discussed out yesterday, and what he has been doing, which for them does not give him any right to judge anyone. But guess what? Nduka Obaigbena has decided to respond to the damning allegation that was made against him. We're going to be looking at what he has to say and how he tackled Tinubu, who is going for presidency. All of this is a big minus for Tinubu, but first of all, let's listen to it. We're back to discuss. Now, according to the news, the chairman, editor-in-chief of This Day stroke Arise News Media Group, Nduka Obaigbena, has responded to the damning allegation made against him by spokespersons of the All Progressive Congress APC Presidential Campaign Council (PCC). In a statement on Tuesday, Obaigbena called on Tinubu to appear for debates. He added that Tinubu's presence at debates and town hall meetings would allow the electorate to interrogate his proposed policies and program and choose if he would be the next president in 2023. The media entrepreneur made this known in a statement titled "Lies Have Short Legs, They Do Not Run Far." The fake news from Bayo Onanuga and Dele Alake, which was signed by his chief of staff, Mohammed. Obaigbena was responding to the allegation leveled against him by the APC campaign director of media and publicity, Bayo Onanuga, and its director of strategic communication, Dele Alake. The media entrepreneur stressed that journalists were not Tinubu's opponent in the forthcoming election, and the APC campaign council does not need to succumb to cheap blackmail, personal attack, and bullying. He noted that many PCC members had personally called him to disassociate themselves from Alake and Onanuga's action. According to him, he said, present your presidential candidate for town hall meetings, debate, and interview by the independent media that lasts for more than 8 minutes, and not pre-arranged town halls where questions are preset, pre-arranged, and rehearsed. The resort to media bullying tactics, blackmail, and fake news will not work. Journalists are not your opponent in the 2023 election. When they go low, we go high. Obaigbena also refuted the claims by Alake and Onanuga that the media organization owe any tax authorities in South Africa, adding that it pays all its creditors in an organized exit strategy. He, however, asked both APC chieftains to provide evidence to support their allegation. According to him, he said if they have any such evidence to the contrary, they should publish it immediately. The debacle of This Day in South Africa was one of the factors that persuaded President Olusegun Obasanjo administration to cancel the South African Airways takeover of Nigerian Airways, given that Nigerian businesses were not discriminated against in that country, or were being discriminated against in that country. Responding to an allegation about Arise Network Limited in UK, Obaigbena said his disqualification as a director was still a subject of litigation in the UK Court of Appeal and would not want to make further comment on the matter. He said the judgment made it clear that there was no evidence of any dishonesty against Obaigbena. Since those initial teething difficulties, other Arise entities have traded out of the shortage, and Arise News Channel is now thriving in the UK, Europe, the USA, Middle East, and 54 countries of Africa. We await the judgment of the appellate court on ANL as to why and if we ought to have known that the FX shortages in Nigeria would not improve to continue trading. clarifying on the Economic and Financial Crime Commission and the Newspaper Proprietors Association of Nigeria (NPAN) reform. Obaigbena explained that the anti-graft body invited him, an executive of other national newspaper, to clarify payment made to NPAN when he was president at the time. Obaigbena revealed that the executive of all other Nigerian newspapers involved were also invited at the time to clarify the payment they received. He stressed that he was not detained as he signed no bail bond and indeed has never been detained by the EFCC or the police in any criminal case, contrary to the fake news of Bayo Onanuga and Dele Alake. He therefore explained that the 500 million naira this day refunded was compensation the Jonathan administration paid this day for the Boko Haram bombing of the newspaper Legant Abuja office. The Jonathan administration paid compensation for and or rebuild properties bombed by Boko Haram terrorists in Abuja, the United Nations, and this day inclusive. Again, when the Buhari administration requested a refund, it was fully made. The properties remain unrebuilt. On staff salaries, Obaigbena stated that the organization has been very consistent in paying salaries regularly as and when due every month at Arise News Channel. He said, "We do not owe staffers at Arise whatsoever, despite the fake news of Bayo Ananuga and Dele Alake. Of course, all newspaper houses are facing the tough economic environment arising from the increasing cost of operation and dwindling copy and advert sales, and most newspapers owe salaries from time to time. It is, however, taking hypocrisy to a new level for Onanuga to be sermonizing about salary payment. Those who paid through the news table, of which he was a co-founder and CEO, have not forgotten how the company owed 11 months' salary between 1996 and 1997, how protesting staff were forced to forfeit 5 months' salaries as contribution to the democracy struggle, and how union leaders were sacked over the same protest. All we do is create value. We have had over 3,000 people in the employment of this Daystroke Arise Media Group over the years, and we are proud to have created value in human and resource capital. Dozens of those we have employed here have moved on to become ministers, special advisors, ambassadors, commissioners, special assistants, and publishers of print and online newspapers, including several who are Tinubu's personal staff and executives in his companies. To this end, he maintained that no misinformation, fake news of Bayo Onanuga and Dele Alake would change Obaigbena's global trajectory. The journalists at this day and Arise News Channel are doing their duty by raising pertinent questions. Rather than addressing our question, Alake and Onanuga counter with wild and misleading allegations and fake news. We do not dismiss the allegation and have addressed them frontally. We now challenge them to respond with fact to the legitimate question of the Nigerian people through their medias. Wow, that was quite an intelligent one, taking our time to, talk about these issues, because it was quite a troubling one, hearing those kind of deep secrets being unveiled. Like, there was a lot of questions that were asked, by Nigerians. But now that Nduka Obagbena has taken our time to throw more light on what is happening and why some of those allegations came up, it's a good one. But then it's time for Alake and Onanuga to answer one big question that has been thrown on them, giving their own, number one man, talking about Tinubu, an opportunity to interact with the Nigerian people without any form of preset question, pre-arranged question, or pre-arranged answers. That will go an extra mile to concretize his move in becoming the president of Nigeria. That's what we'd like to leave you.